and it spins 4 times as fast.
So for a quarter turn of the handle, you get a full turn of the screw head.
There you go.
Now that makes... Do you remember the Yankee screwdrivers from ages back? And they were brilliant. You used to push them in and screw it in. That was before cordless screwdrivers, but you used to make holes in the walls all the time because you slipped off. This is the same sort of principle, but with so much more control.
That's right, yeah.
What a fab idea.
Plus, with added convenience, all the bits, the 12 bits that you get with it, just sit at the top in the handle.
OK, so it's all there.
So
how much quicker is it than a normal screwdriver?
Do you like a test?
I love
like a race.
I love a race. I love a race in the morning.
Just bear me 2 seconds while I just warm up.
Oh, so, OK.
Hang on. This is serious.
There we go. So I've got a
so that's your standard screwdriver.
Yeah.
This is the Stanley FatMax 4-to-1 ratio screwdriver. So
I've been doing a lot of this lately, so I've got the muscles built up.
Oh, I haven't, unfortunately. But there's 3 screws there, 3 of my screws here. So on the count of 3, make sure I've got it in forward to start off with. And we'll go 1, 2, 3.
I'm off. I cheated a little bit. Now, I'm pretty fast with it.
I've noticed.
Because I'm using both hands.
Don't beat me.
I'm using both hands. I'm going as fast as I can. Blimey.
You got that one left.
And I was doing double-handed there. You were using one hand.
I could have started taking them out.
So this is faster, and yet at the same time, it's got a lovely sort of square, semi-square handle. So you've got real loads of grip and lots of power.
Yeah, so you can get a lot of torque behind that.
And
as
it's tough. It's solid, isn't it?
See, that's the reason. That, I mean, Stanley have been making fantastic hand tools since I think 1920. The Stanley Works started, but with the FatMax range, they are built to last.
I like this. Now, this is the first time I've actually touched it, so I wasn't sure what it'd be like, but we thought we'd better get it tested out. So we sent it out to a few of our customers. Andrew's in Wokingham. Andrew gave it a try. Andrew, good morning to you. How are you?
Good morning, Simon. Very well, thank you.
Good. Now, you tried the FatMax. You put it to the test. How did you find it?
It was really good. I mean, I think a couple of points you made are really worthwhile reiterating. So the chunky handle was really great as well. You get a great grip with it.
Yeah.
It's got a really solid feel to it. So the sort of metal gears inside gives you confidence in the ability that you're going to get a good job done. And I found it really useful, particularly after the storms recently.
Right.
I was out in the garden putting some trellising back up, and it was really quite handy to have in one hand my cordless drill with the drilling pilot holes.
Oh, yeah.
And then using this one in the other hand to actually drive the screws home.
But what about this 4-in-1 sort of extra speed that you get from it?
Yeah, no, you really do notice a difference. It goes for home very smoothly as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the last ratchet drivers I recall, like the huge one my dad used to have as well, the very long spring-driven thing.
Yeah.
And this is much more compact, much more easy to control.
So for those people who maybe haven't had the opportunity to try it, but they see it £18.96, it's something that you would take out whenever you were doing screwdriver? I mean, it really is that good?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, my daughters live locally, and I grab that every time I'm going around in case I've got little jobs that need doing. So
don't they always?
Because you've got all the different drill bits that are easy to take with you, you can grab that and go rather than have to grab a whole toolbox. So it's been really useful. I've refitted a couple of kitchen cupboard doors that came off, and it was very useful for that as well.
And then it's easy for them to take you to the pub for lunch afterwards, so you don't have to take your toolbox with you.
If only.
If only. Andrew, thank you so much for testing it out for us, and thank you for spending some time on the phone with us this morning.
No problem, Simon.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you, Andrew.
Bye-bye for now. So it's a kind of a new idea. It's a ratchet, simple ratchet, but then it's a 4-in-1 speed ratchet as well. And you've got all the bits inside.
All the bits.
And it's by Stanley. Doesn't get much better,
can you?
Thank you ever so much.
Thank you ever so much.
Good to see you.
Cheers.
If you want to order, it's very simple. 504613 is the item number. The telephone number to call is 0800 50 40 30. This, by the way, is very, very limited in stock. And so if you're after this as a little Christmas gift, let me remind you that if you give it to somebody on Christmas Day, the guarantee starts on Christmas Day, and they've got until the 25th of January to put it to the test. But you need to order it now to get all the easy payments and the fantastic offer that we've got available. Something else that's come out, we're very proud that QVC now have Dulux in our little DIY armoury. Now, this is the Dulux Magic Paint. Magic paint, you're thinking? Oh, yes, it is magic. It's at a very special anniversary price. And I'll tell you how special this is as an anniversary price, because if you bought this pot of paint, 2.5 litres, from Dulux directly, it would cost you, delivered to your door, £28.94. But by buying it at QVC, you're saving £9.11. And James Fellows is here to tell us all about it.
Great to be here.
James, you work for Dulux, but you're constantly renovating your home, so it's a great company to work for.
Absolutely, yes.
Why is this called magic paint?
Well, I was hoping that you'd ask that question, Simon. I can promise you there's no rabbits or top hats involved with this one, but there is something quite different about what's in the can, which I'd like to show you. So if you'd just tilt this product towards the camera, please. So this is a Dulux standard white emulsion product.
Standard white emulsion, there you go.
You can clearly see in the can that that's white in colour, which you would expect from a white emulsion product. If you just hold that there. Now, this is Dulux Magic White Emulsion. So again, white emulsion paint. But you'll be able to clearly see that that's not white in colour, it's actually pink.
Now, hang on a second. I don't want my ceiling pink. I want it white.
But that's the beauty of this, Simon. It's specially formulated to fade to white in just 1 hour.
Ah, so when I've been up the top of the ladder and I think I've painted it all and I clear up all the dust sheets, and then when it dries, I realise I've missed a bit and I've got to get all the dust sheets out. It tells me where I've painted for that second coat.
Absolutely, it's clear to see where you've painted due to the contrast between the pink and the white on the ceiling. So this reduces the chances of these missed areas that both you and I have experienced from our chats before the show. It's a really great product and something that I use all the time now on my ceilings.
Now, 2.5 litres is going to cover a fair old distance. If you want more than that, you'll get half-price delivery on the second and subsequent ones after that. But 2.5 litres would cover a good old couple of ceilings, wouldn't it?
It would cover most. I mean, you'd have to be living in a mansion, to be honest with you, for it not to cover one room.
It's water-based, so it goes on with rollers and brushes and standard way that normal paint goes on.
Absolutely, yes. We recommend 2 coats for this product, but it's in a standard way that you would apply a normal
But of course, it's the second coat that's always the tricky one, and you get to see where it's going. Because the first coat's dried and it's white, and now you're putting on the pink.
Absolutely, yes.
Let's see it in action. Can we do some painting?
So I'll just come around this side of the easel. So what I would like to do first is obviously demonstrate the issues that you face when painting the white on.
We've got that, the first coat's done and it's lovely and white.
Yeah.
And then we're going to do the second coat, because you always need 2 coats.
Just quickly, as you're applying the white emulsion, you'll be able to see there that it's very difficult to see where you've been with that product.
Yeah, we are putting paint on.
That can lead to missed areas.
Can you see?
And a patchy finish as a result. As I move on to the Magic White product,
yeah.
So obviously pink in colour, but specially formulated to fade to white within just 1 hour.
And of course, you've made it white because majority of people that paint ceilings, it's white majority of times. It's a great... And you can see, although in our bright studio lights, we might dim the lights a little bit, but you can see it is a distinct pink, but it dies down and then eventually becomes pure, brilliant white.
Yes, so fades to white within just 1 hour, Simon.
I wonder what Spud, our Dulux dog, thinks of this, because Will's been with Spud most of the morning, and he's the real Dulux dog, by the way. Oh, yes, we get the stars in here. He's looking at his handiwork over here. James is... Yeah, oh, Spud's thinking I'm not too sure about it. Will's...
It's not bad, it's not bad. Keep going.
What do you think, Spud? Spud, what do you think?
You happy? Spud, have a look.
It's over here, mate. Hello?
Spud.
So one thing,
There must be biscuits in the studio.
Whatever.
so one thing to point out, Simon, is that a lot of people look at their ceiling and think, you know, it doesn't come underneath the same wear and tear that I'll get on my walls. I don't need to paint my ceiling. It does come under wear and tear. So if you're a smoker, tobacco smoke raises and stains the ceiling. If you're in an area where you're cooking or preparing or even eating hot food, that will stay in the ceiling as well.
But it still freshens it when you give it a fresh coat of white paint. And of course, it makes the room look bigger and the light's reflected and it seems brighter. So if your ceiling's been dark, paint it white. You need a couple of coats, but that second coat, you're never quite sure if you've done it all. By the way, less than 100 of these. When it comes to washing the brushes and the rollers, it's the same as normal emulsion paint.
Yes, because it's water-based, it's a lot easier to wash your brushes and rollers as a result. So just get them in the sink, rinse out the paint, and then leave them to dry.
I mean, I used to renovate people's houses. I used to do a lot of painting and decorating. I worked on real rooms, you know, the makeover shows. Dulux was the paint to use. Why is Dulux one of the world's leaders when it comes to paint?
I think outside of the product quality itself, Simon, which is obviously of this point, Dulux as a brand has got a great heritage. It's been around for over 80 years. I mean, the dog itself has been our icon for over 50 years. So with that heritage comes a lot of trust as well.
He's not 50, Spud's not 50. It's not the... No.
We've got a magic white, so a magic dog as well. Why not?
It's limited stock. Now, we can see from the high angle, it is pink. And even in these are the brightest studio lights. Even in daylight, you'll see it very clearly as pink. But within an hour, it's gone pure brilliant white.
And you can already see, Simon, that it is starting to fade already.
Yeah.
So we had to open it just before we came on air because within an hour it's obviously turned to white. So.
But that is a phenomenally clever system to make it easier for us. And this is a professional sort of quality finish, but you get professional effects because it's looking after you.
Yeah, it's all about making the job easier for people, and that's one thing that we're trying to achieve at Dulux. It's to make them feel more encouraged and able to undertake a job.
Do you know, the funny thing is, I've been doing this job for a long time. I've been doing makeovers, and I've never seen this magic paint. But it has been around for a lot of time. But people just walk past it because I guess they don't understand how it works.
Well, the key is in the demonstration, Simon, as you'll see today, and I think hopefully we've been able to get across what the product's all about.
Well, you've got a 30-day money-back guarantee, so if you're not happy with the finish, you're not happy with the colour change, you're not happy with something, you just send it back and get a full refund. 503916 is limited in stock. Remember, you're saving over £9. If you bought this pot directly from Dulux.com, it cost you more than £9 more. And don't forget, if you need more than one, we give you half-price delivery on each and subsequent one after the first one delivered to the same address. 503916 is the item number. James, thank you ever so much.
Thank you, Simon.
And thank you for bringing Spud. Spud's been an absolute star. Spud's welcome back anytime. Although he's eaten us out of house and home. It's amazing how much a dog like that can eat. Anyway, we're going to carry on with some wonderful tools. And this is one of these tool centres, the sort of thing that everyone would love to have for a little while. But you can have it permanently. And it's got the maximum number of easy payments and the last day at the introductory price. Stephen Cranford, great to see you.
Simon.
You have really loved using this, haven't you?
This is one of the most amazing things. When I first got it, I thought, good grief, what on earth is it? It is a little tool chest of a variety of things, like a drill, a pillar drill, circular saw that you can turn into a table saw. And the good thing about it, Simon, it's portable and it is entirely battery operated.
It is an amazingly clever and solid and reliable bit of kit. Battery operated, and so you've got portable power, but professional cuts. None of the squint cuts, straight drilling holes. Perfect.
Exactly, and the most amazing thing is as well, it's so versatile. I'm taking all these bits out the bag so we can see, but it's got a removable battery holster. So here's your first thing. You've got an 18-volt battery pack. So if you want...
That's where you charge it. You slam it in there.
You slip it in there, yeah, and you've got a mains lead, you can plug it in. Incidentally, if you do want to operate it on the mains, that's fine as well, you can. Okay. But there we are. I've now got a drill.
Great.
As easy as that.
Yep.
I can take the battery pack off. Here is a little 5.5-inch blade circular saw.
I have to say, I used this recently to cut a load of planking at an angle. Fantastic clean cut.
Yeah.
Really clean cut.
But the thing I liked about this is, now, if you want to be accurate, you keep the product still and move the tool to the product. I'm talking about drilling, for example. So if I take this out the back, it's full of little bits and pieces that
it all clips in, so everything's with you wherever you go.
That's right. I'm going to turn this into a pillar drill. Now, if you don't know what a pillar drill is...
Well, I'll tell you what, you can spend this sort of money on a pillar drill by itself.
Yeah.
But here you've got control, so you use a handle to drill down rather than use your own eye and make sure. Because you know how you kind of, is that going to be straight? Whereas this one, you just go, and it comes down.
That's exactly right.
Bits of kit.
And incidentally, it comes with the drill bits as well, so you don't even need to worry about providing those. So I'm going to fit a little drill bit in here.
And we're doing all this from scratch, so you can see how simple and straightforward and easy it is to assemble it in its various different configurations and then pop it back down again as well. 502656 is the item number. Maximum number of easy payments. As a Christmas gift, this would thrill. If it doesn't, you can send it back up until the 25th of January and get a full refund, but you don't even have to pay for it all before then, which is good.
Now, this does so much, it's going to be difficult to show you in the time, but the idea is, you see, you can put the handle in there and you can operate from these little buttons at the front. You've got a go and a stop.
Isn't that awesome? So you're not even having to hold the squeeze trigger on the drill. It's all linked up to control centres, which then operate it from control buttons.
That's right.
Table saw as well.
And like I said, if you need great accuracy, I find from using tools that you get higher accuracy if you move the equipment towards the thing you're trying to drill. So if I made a little crosshair here on this bit of plastic, I can line it up.
And then you just move it until it's in the right spot.
Yeah, and then there we go.
Perfect.
Now, the same for the saw. It's so clever how it all works.
And actually, this was the one that really got me. It's a table saw can be a very expensive piece of equipment, £200-300 easily on just a table saw. Now,
Yeah.
this won't cut huge sort of railway sleepers,
No.
but it does decking and it does
That's
chunky
right.
bits of material.
Now, it's got a 5.5-inch blade, so it can go sort of up to 4 centimetres in depth. Now, what I do here, I'm going to clip it into the unit, and you can see how it's such a clever design. You click that in. Now, I can't actually fit the battery pack in there, so it's got a little, almost like a little mini extension lead. So I'll plug that in there.
Oh, I see. So that then clips on as its little power source.
That's right.
And when you've done that, you can then run it either off the mains or off the battery.
That's right.
Less than 60 of them left. Now, I have to say, I was thrilled when I got the chance to try this. It is incredibly capable. If you want a Christmas present for somebody who needs this sort of thing, this is the time to buy it with the easy payments, with the extended money-back guarantee, and it's the last day at the introductory price. So tomorrow it'll be more expensive.
So here we go. We can now it's working as a table saw, so we can put this through. And there we are.
And you have a guide as well if you wanted to sort of rip a piece of timber up.
Remember this was the
pillar
support
drill,
for the
yeah.
pillar. It also doubles up, everything doubles up. It's such a clever idea. On the end of the box is a little centimetre scale.
Oh, so it's marked.
So if I want to say, right, I need to make this bit of wood exactly 40 millimetres,
Yeah.
I can click that on there, I can click that one on there, and when I move this down,
And you clamp it.
that's now locked.
So that's a lockable fence that also has a graded scale.
That's right. So here we go. I can move that along, and I know that
And by the way, you even get a little push stick as well.
you do if you're worried about
It's
your
just
fingers.
so
and
cool.
I know with confidence that is exactly 40 mil.
And can you also cut with a circular saw at an angle? So if you had this as a freehand saw, can you then sort of
Yeah.
mitre and bevel?
Say, for example, you've got the thing you want to do a skirting board. It comes with this. They really have thought of everything. It's a little adjustable angle.
Yeah.
And if I want to do a 45-degree cut, now I used this the other day. I was putting some architrave underneath a kitchen cupboard. Here it is. Now, if you want to, you need to be pretty sure that you've got a very exact cut. One thing, by the way, good safety feature, as soon as you open the lid, it stops.
Ah, yeah.
I've
So you
tried
can't
to-
mess around with it.
I've tried to see how. You can also adjust the angle of the blade.
OK.
If I turn this round, there's a little scale on here, and you can move the...
Oh, yeah.
So you can do angle cuts in 2 dimensions as well. I'm going to lock it back on.
So this is I mean, a fully featured table saw with so many extras.
That's right, and I found it useful where you're working somewhere inaccessible. I was doing some decking in the week. I was working around a pond. Now,
You don't
I'm
want
nervous
powered
about
cables,
using
eh?
mains cable around a pond. This was great, a battery-operated circular saw. Now, here, for example, I can put this sliding guide.
Less than 50 of these left now.
So you can see how I can push that through. And
that's a 45-degree cut, by the way, that is perfect.
yeah, so you could glue that, absolutely fine. Also, so useful, I had a fence down in the last week's storm. I took the battery-operated circular saw into the garden. I cut up an old fence panel to put it into bags to take it away.
Can you tell how much battery power you've got left and how charged it is and things?
You've got a little... you can actually plug it in. If you want to charge up the battery unit, plug it in, and on the top is a little window.
yeah.
It takes about an hour to charge, and it will give you the state of the battery. So it is fine. If you really do want to use it on the mains, you can as well.
So you can use it mains, you can use it battery. The
Yeah.
whole kit and caboodle is totally portable. Comes in one big bag that you carry around, and you've got everything that you need
Yeah.
with you, with the maximum number of easy payments.
Very sturdy. I've actually stood on this to reach ceilings.
Well, Stephen, thank you ever so much. Less than 40 left. That is a delightful Christmas present for anyone who loves to do it themselves. Now, when we started the show, we started with an incredible offer. Over 600 people ordered it, and a lot of people asked us to see it again. Derek's back with us with the Telesteps, and Derek, this is an incredible offer. Explain to me what this Telesteps ladder is.
Basically, it's a 3-metre automatic ladder. And
Okay, and when you say automatic, what does that mean?
Right, OK. There's a lot of ladders, and we've got one in our range as well, which has independent locking systems here. So what you have to do when you depress the ladder is you have to
Press a
depress
button
each button so it disengages it. What you do with this one is you clearly just open the ladder, it's fully locked, as it's going up.
Yeah. 3 metres.
3 metres.
Solid as anything.
Exactly. So 3 metres will give you a 3.5 working height, okay? To bring the ladder down, at the bottom, there's 2 pull rings. Now, you don't give them a sharp yank. All you do is just disengage that, which is disengage the 2 pins, and then the rest of the ladder will automatically disengage as it goes down.
Now, this automatic nature normally costs extra. And actually, if you look up Telesteps ladders on the internet, you'll see blue ladders. They're not automatic, and they tend to be a bit narrow in this one. This is a full-size rungs with the automatic feature that would normally cost
£159.69.
And yet today, a very special anniversary price because it's 20 years.
Unheard of.
And tens of thousands of Telesteps sold through QVC.
Exactly.
You've never seen this yourself?
No, absolutely not. And as I said earlier on this morning, when it's gone, it's gone.
So we can't order more at this
No,
price?
absolutely not.
Oh, wow. Now, I mean, you're the international sales and marketing manager for Telesteps.
Yep.
You've never seen anything as good as this at this special price.
Never.
And then when we put 3 easy payments on it,